Alright, so we had no trade. Let's go over today's PA. Reason for this, I was just not feeling it today, I won't lie. Woke up and then market was already like all the way down here. I woke up like around 10 a.m. New York time. Reason for that is because I was reading till like 2 a.m. midnight or past midnight last night trying to finish this book, because again, this one of the weekly objectives is again today I was more bearish going into today. If you looked in the Discord, the analysis there, you would all right, so as you can see here, majority of these for NQ, again, once more we do see more bearish after forming that inversion for leg up on the weekly time frame and reaching for the sell side objective on again the weekly time frame for that market maker sell model. Daily time frame bearish BPR formed, respected, pushed down lower. We swept sell side here while ES hasn't, so we have SMT there. Maybe we can see a small retracement to then push down lower, but where into? And that would have to be wrong one. That would have to be this 4-hour PDRA and the 4-hour inversion again before we reach the sell side, and then the market already retraced up into it and just dumped today. You know, pretty much really just dumped. And let's go over this. Let's go to this chart actually. It's like on the 4-hour time frame again, we reached that sell side objective and then we met it the same night. So going into today, I really didn't have an objective. I was like, all right, where can I target? Where could my next draw on liquidity be to reach for? And these nice relative equal lows that formed down here were a nice trade to that draw on liquidity. And then eventually once that draw was met, the market did reverse. You know, looking into this, I was like, all right, we had that's a 15-minute time frame. Yeah, 15-minute civvy, 1-minute time frame. Market retraces up into it, chops around, and then eventually has more sell side objectives down here, which is clearly what giving us bearish intentions to target to the downside here. There was no real trade. The market just, I mean, you could have possibly found a trade idea there, but here there's like no real clear trade. There was no clear trade idea. This inversion was way too big. You know, break a market structure here, market structure shift, market retraces down lower. We had no internal sweep. I would have preferred if we had an internal sweep here with some form of SMT on the other assets. Maybe, you know, ES goes up higher. I'm not too sure. I wasn't really paying attention, but let's go break that down real quick. Let's see if we actually are we did not have any SMT. YM did kind of sweep these highs, but that's really it. No real significant SMT here. The market did move up higher, and this is where I would have found the majority of my trade here. But there was no SMT at the lows, and that's kind of where it's crucial. But we did sweep. We did sweep these relative equal lows from the previous week. Why is this still there? Oh, this is my trade from Friday. I forgot. That was from that week where after Trump spoke. This is like where you consolidated the most. This is where I found the majority of my good trades that week, trading that model. And then eventually the next couple of weeks here, I was completely wrong. And then this one we did really well. Same thing with, you know, these right here too this week. Again, we swept. We didn't have no real candle range low sweep, only on YM. And that's kind of where, you know, the market also didn't sweep these lows here. We did have SMT on the higher time frame. So I guess we did have SMT at those lows. On the daily, it looks like we did. Yeah, we did form SMT at those lows. YM never swept those lows. NQ swept those lows. ES never swept those lows either. 1-hour time frame, we had no lower time frame SMT, but that higher time frame did move the market. So these are more bullish here. 1-hour time frame, we had a 1-hour SEBI, swept the high, came back down, pushed down lower. Again, I was too late into this. We had a 50-minute EBP form, or 30-minute EBP, I believe. Yeah, 30-minute EBP form. We pushed up, then we came back down. No real clear trade again. Once, like, if you missed this move right here at 9:30, this is a clear manipulation to the upside to then push down lower. This is a beautiful trade. Why? Because you have a bunch of consolidation right here. There's your A, and then your M, and then your D right there. AMDX or AMD. Clear setup. Same thing here with your A, and then your M, and then your D. All I'm trying to do is catch this right here, and then some of the distribution, you know. It's basically what I'm trading. It's not complicated. It's not, you know, rocket science again. This inversion was really nice here to take after sweeping sell side, and you're sweeping the higher time from objective wise. Okay, after sweeping the higher time from objective, but we had no SMT, and that's kind of where it gets me, because again, if we have no SMT, I'm not willing to take this trade. No form of anything, no form of cracking correlations. Every single low was met. I won't lie. Everybody swept this low, every asset, and except for that higher time from low. And again, this would have been an A+ setup if I would have taken it, and if we had SMT. Again, on this funded account, I'm really just trying to be more picky with my setups. I decided the risk amount, we're going to be risking 300 per trade. I'll probably up it once. If I get a payout, I'll probably up it. I won't lie. Probably like 500. Yeah, I'm just really going to try to aim for 5 winning days, 5 greening days, like net green days. If I take an L one day, then it's going to be, you know, I'm going to have to have like recoup that and probably, you know, have 5 winning days net you know, like have another winning day, cancel that one out. That is pretty much really it. This would have been the best trade idea. Go to the higher time frame, 1 hour CRT. Oops, 1 hour candle range low sweep, 30-minute time frame. It's an EBP forming right here. At advanced, what candle range low sweep right here. So you had a 1 hour CRT forming, or 1 hour EBP forming, 30-minute right there. 50-minute time frame forms an EBP here. But again, just no real clear SMT, and that's kind of where it gets me, you know. 3-minute time frame form this right here, boom. And even if you don't catch that trade, you can probably catch a re-entry around here somewhere. Maybe if you scale down to the lower time frame after you form that EBP right here, after that, and then eventually you see the market what gyrates, pushes up. That's where you enter, and then eventually you catch that move up to these highs right here. Your short-term objective, your bind or buy side. But yeah, this would have been the best trade in my honest opinion. Waiting for that 3-minute close, stop below the rejection block lows, target these highs right here, and that's your 1 to 2. I mean your 1 to 1. If you want to aim for honestly, like the dealing range here, I wouldn't mind that either. Yeah, that's near 50%. Near 50% right there. That's not bad at all. Aiming for the upper quadrant is kind of pushing it, I won't lie, but that's where you get your 1 to 2. Trailing stops, taking profit, but I would just rather on a day like today, especially whenever we have earnings coming up and like the Fed is just barely coming back, I really wouldn't want to be expecting much, especially since the video has earnings tomorrow in the afternoon. You know, that's going to move the market, and it's basically the market is waiting for that coming into today. You know, I'm just being cautious, you know, like tomorrow we have earnings on a video, and I know like the volume is not really going to be there. You know, we're barely meeting the 1/3 average daily range in New York session. Again, if we're trading a high volume day, we're usually already at the 1/3 of the average daily range from like overnight and London, going into like New York. And then New York opens up, very volatile, start moving, and usually it's a very trending day. Usually when on rangy days or like slow volume days like this, we're barely meeting the 1/3 average daily range. Yeah, we're usually meeting the 1/3 average daily range very, very slow. And yeah, that's pretty much really it for today. NQ would offer I think every single market would offer that 3-minute inversion. Only ES and NQ, maybe YM not really, probably got on to like a 2-minute. No, not really. This 1-minute inversion would have been good. They all offered it, but again, we had no SMT. Very choppy, very, very choppy. Again, I'm still going to journal this trade. I'm going to put it in my hindsight trade, even if I didn't take a trade. Right now, we're retracing up into a 15-minute fair value gap. But again, I got work right now, so I got work at 2:30 New York time, and then Tuesday and Thursday. Next week is going to be Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's it. But yeah, that's pretty much really it. Market gave us clear intentions to what reverse and push up higher. Again, one of those days where if you didn't enter here, you wait. Don't trade this. Don't trade that, bro. And that's why it's so important to have a system and a model and a playbook and understanding where. Because again, I know so many people were trying to they were trying to short this right here, this inversion. And next, you know, they get break even, and then the market pushes up. Or they were trying to long this. You know, maybe you were trying to long this, and you got stopped out. You know, like certain market conditions, you know when to trade, when not to trade, and that's why it's so important to have a good trading model. My trading model, I look for divergences. If I don't see a divergence, I don't take it. There's no SMT, I don't take it, bro. I told you guys I didn't take a trade. Even if I would have seen this, I probably would have took it. I mean, genuinely honest. Why? Because we had a higher time frame one. We had the 4 hour with that daily sweep right here, of this low right there. NQ swept it. These never swept it. So that is a higher time frame SMT. Higher time frame SMT. Higher time frame SMT. You know, like, I don't know how much more clear you want me to get. That is clearly an SMT on the higher time frame. But again, if we're following the order flow, I want to see a bearish SMT, not a bullish one. Not really trading against the order flow here. No real PD arrays here to be, you know, traded up into, to be tapped up into, to then look for shorts. Clearly in a bearish market right now. Probably going to retrace to 50% of this range right around here and then push down lower further, which is kind of ideal. I guess tomorrow we can probably see something like that form. I'm not really against it. Again, very, very, it's a good day, honestly. I wouldn't lie. It's a B plus type day. I wouldn't want to be risking more than like what I usually risk, 300 probably. But on a good training day where I know it's going to be moving, especially with the ADR already being met, you know, and market is jumping, you know, risking more. But I'm not there yet. I want to get a payout. I want to get funded. Not funded, but I want to get a payout. I want to get, you know, more results, more action, more experience, and then eventually start, you know, seeing what I can do there, and just continue to show up, continue to put in the work, continue to be consistent and disciplined, understanding that, you know, it's a process, day-to-day process, thinking long-term. I know this goal of the road to 100K, we can't complete it, you know, and if we don't complete it in that time frame, we just need more time, because overall, I know I'm going to complete it, and that's pretty much really it, because I'm getting better every single day, and I'm improving every single day, and only seeing growth, you know. I'm not affiliate codes down below. Shout out God, and yeah, catch you guys tomorrow.